Hey there riders, Moto Chris here, and 2020 is really looking to be the year of the adventure motorcycle, with a stack of models and updates making it a great year for those who like the adventure category. That's a category which is increasingly expanding to include a pretty wide range of machines, with adventure seeming a tag thrown at any motorcycle it might stick to. For the purists out there, this can be troubling, as many consider adventure motorcycles those with some real off-road cred for actually getting adventurous. That's no doubt a consideration for many purchasers too, but there's a reason there's memes around adventure bikes never going off the tarmac in a similar fashion as we see around four-wheel drives. That aside, let's have a look at what to expect in 2020, with a bit of leniency around what can be considered an adventure type, probably with a hyphen to something else like touring, sport or similar. Kicking off the list is one for new riders to be excited about. KTM announced their 390 adventure machine based on their 373cc single cylinder and producing 44 horsepower and 37 newton meters of torque, weighing in at 158 kilos dry. That's not an impressive figure in dirt bike terms, but the 390 Adventure has a real road lean to it, with cast aluminium 17-inch wheels, WP Apex suspension on the longer side than a road machine, with 170mm and 177mm of travel front and rear, with a Biber or Brembo brake caliper on that single front disc. Spoked wheels are available as an accessory, and the 390 Adventure looks like an ideal compromise between road and getting adventurous as an everyday commuter or highway machine with enough off-road ability to get new riders interested. People are always going to complain it's not hardcore enough for the off-road or high-spec enough, especially by KTM standards, but at the end of the day this is a beginner or entry-level machine, and the price that's been announced for several markets is super competitive. I reckon this is going to be one of the most popular motorcycles in 2020. Now, along a similar vein, it's also worth mentioning Royal Enfield have updated their Himalayan model, with the 2020 edition now boasting Bosch ABS alongside fuel injection. Having tested the Himalayan back when it was launched in Australia, I was impressed. It fits into the adventure commuter category if you ask me, and while performance is limited, it's a machine that gets the job done and just tractors along through pretty much anything. Designed for those after a more laid-back approach, the 2020 Himalayan is also a learner or beginner machine and very inviting for new riders. Now, here in Australia, we've also seen Suzuki introduce two special edition models for 2020, with the DR650 Tanami edition adding a 20-litre Acabus polyurethane tank, Buckbusters VPS guards, and a genuine Suzuki bash plate, as well as a spare set of Pirelli MT21 tyres with a downstated grey-black paint scheme. That's joined by the 2020 Suzuki DRZ 400E Cape York edition in Australia, and it's a similar kind of offering, boasting Pro Taper handlebars, MX Tri-Density grips, genuine Suzuki alloy bash plate, hand guards, radiator guards and muffler end cap, as well as a spare set of Pirelli Scorpion tyres and Cape York swing arm decals. These bikes may seem to fall into the dual sport category, but their competition, the WR250R, is considered an adventure machine and has also seen a 2020 model announced here in Australia, although we're not seeing any updates or changes. The pressure must be on for the WR250R with Euro 4 and Euro 5 looming, but it's an ever popular option in some markets, much like the Suzuki DR and DRZ. When it comes to larger bikes, big news is Harley-Davidson's Pan America, with details still very light on the ground but confirmed to feature a 1250cc Revolution Max power plant, a 60-degree liquid-cooled V-twin with performance expected in the 145 horsepower region with 90 foot-pounds of torque or 122 newton meters. Wheels are spoked with dual disc brakes on the front end from Brembo, and the shots provided by Harley suggest long travel suspension with a trellis subframe, plenty of pillion room, knobby tyres, a large tank and good wind protection. Not to mention a big display, probably TFT, plenty of electronics judging by the switch blocks, and essentially a whole new direction for Harley. Another big announcement came from Triumph with the 2020 Tiger 900 on its way, featuring a larger 888cc liquid-cooled 3-cylinder power plant, offering 95 horsepower and 87 newton meters of torque. The Tiger 900 will be available in a standard variant alongside a GT and GT Pro and Rally Pro, with the GT being the road biased, more touring spec variant, and the Rally models the off-road biased options. All models feature Stylema 4-piston Brembo calipers, while Marzocchi offers the standard and GT model suspension, and Showa provides longer travel suspension on the Rally models. The Rally and Rally Pro also run spoked tubeless wheels with a 21-inch front, while the other models run cast alloy wheels with a 19-inch front and more road-orientated rubber. Electronics also vary between models, with the Pro variants featuring the best fit out with the most features, including electronics and extra standard fitment accessories like heated grips, heated seats, and plenty more. It's not just Triumph going to a 900 though in 2020, with BMW announcing their F900 models with an R and an XR variant. The XR fits into the adventure sport category according to BMW, and is definitely the most road-orientated bike we're talking about so far. These would no doubt be better aligned with the sport touring category, but the F900XR does feature longer travel suspension, while a 895cc liquid-cooled 2-cylinder power plant produces 105 horsepower and 92 Nm of torque. Wheels are die-cast items with no spoked options in sight, and are 17-inch as well, with road rubber fitted even to the XR variants. A high level of tech is standard, but you'll be looking at all the BMW extras, accessories and packs to get the full load up. What is undeniable, to me at least, is how cool the new F900 models look. Suzuki also uncovered their V-Strom 1050 for EICMA, and we can expect the upgraded model in 2020, although the move to calling this bike a 1050 only reflects the existing capacity, which has been 1037ccs for a while. Performance is boasted in 2020, however, with 106 horsepower now on offer, alongside the adoption of ride-by-wire, which heralds more electronics. This includes the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System with cruise control, drive modes and 3 settings, plus hill hold, slope dependent and load dependent control systems on the upspec XT model. Traction control and ABS now benefit from a Bosch IMU, while an LCD display is still used, with the V-Strom 1050 likely to remain a very value-driven offering, despite the inclusion of a large number of additional features. Notably, the XT features a set of spoked wheels, but it's unclear if there's any additional suspension travel on offer. An announcement from earlier in the year, but still a 2020 update, is Honda's highly popular Africa Twin becoming an 1100, or 1084ccs to be exact. Power will be up 7 horsepower to 101 in total, while 105 Nm of torque will also be on offer. There's a fair bit more changes under the hood, but quick figures worth mentioning are shaving off 5 kilos of weight for a 10% power to weight ratio improvement all up. The seat has also been optimized, with an 825mm seat height option available rather than the standard 850 or 870mm heights. The chassis has seen plenty of updates, including to the frame, subframe, swing arm, and not to mention revised suspension. Electronics are also updated with cornering ABS, wheelie control, lift control, and cornering traction control on the list, with a 6.5-inch TFT display. The Africa Twin will boast a standard version, plus an Adventure Sport version with DCT available, while the Adventure Sport variant offers some more off-road orientated features like a larger tank, the possibility of electronic suspension, adjustable screen, and a 21 and 18-inch wheel setup, designed for tubeless tyres. Another offering worthy of a mention is the Moto Guzzi V85 TT, which will be available in a travel version in 2020, which, while not exactly a more adventure-orientated setup, if anything the opposite is true, being more touring-orientated, does still leave the V85 TT in the adventure category, while now boasting a higher windshield, durable plastic panniers, heated grips, and an exclusive colour scheme. So adventure motorcycles of all types seem to be having a big year in 2020, and there's some tough competition there, alongside of course all the existing models, many of which have been updated in recent years, and that can only be good for us riders in pushing down prices and beefing up what's on offer, as motorcycle manufacturers all seek to one-up each other. Hopefully I haven't forgotten any new models, but that's a quick rundown of what I've noticed incoming for 2020. 2020. What's your favourite? Is there anything I've missed? Let me know down below, and if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to sub and hit that notification bell. As always, stay safe out there, especially as the Christmas holidays approach. It's a dangerous time on the roads, and thanks for watching.